morning, guess what? More splitting. So I hadn't fired this up in a couple of weeks. We got a little bit of pine to split over there. Actually quite a bit. I'm gonna try and get all the pine splitting done today. So I got some here and I have some a little further away. So we will crank her up, we'll get her filled up full of gas. Non-ethanol, of course, the most expensive thing that you could ever buy. Except for Freon. Freon's probably more expensive. Other than that, it's got to be up there. Almost $5 a gallon. Yeah. More than diesel. All right. Buddy. Get her cranked up. Cranked up. Get my gloves on. Gotta try to remember my gloves. Try to remember the gloves. Beautiful pine, a little bit of juniper, aka eastern red cedar. Smells so good, a little sappy. Wearing some gloves. Beautiful stuff. Smells good. The cedar smells the best, but it's incredible. All right, so while I was splitting, I was trying to make a little bigger loading table over here, and it comes with a smaller loading table. I can put 3 or 4 logs on there at a time, decent sized logs. This gives me a whole lot more area here where I can stack some logs on the side. And all I did, this is just me in the woods. I just do some weird stuff to see. But so these right here are some, it looks like white oak, but I swear I remember when I did it, it was red oak. A red oak log that I used a froe, and I think I used a froe. Yeah, well, more like splitting wedges and my axe, and I tried to rive a log into small boards, and that was extremely difficult. That's what the old timers did. Anyway, so I have these pieces left over, and I put those in a couple of the holes on the side. If you can see on the underside, you can see where I kind of wedged them in there, and the weight of the logs holds them in place, but that way I have a whole lot more logs I can stage over here on the side, and that helps me. So if you had the load lift or the log lift, that you can either get the Autocycle with the 17 RS Autocycle or the log lift. I decided with the Autocycle just because I didn't think I'd be having massive rounds to split on the log splitter. So the Autocycle's worked out great for me. But this gives me a little bit more room to put the logs on, a little side table over here. But like I said, if you had the log lift, that would automatically give you a lot more room to load the logs on the side. But this works for me, and this is just stuff that I had a feeling it would probably work. And so there you go, save me a little time. Here you go, guys. So I have these, it looks like white oak, but I swear I thought it was red oak when I rived these a log into these small boards here. And so I'm using them on the side table over here, the loading table, because there's not a whole lot of room over here to load the logs or the rounds with. So that just gives me quite a few more feet there to load all that wood that I just split onto the side table. That's all it is just, these are probably maybe 4 inches wide, something like that. Only about 1 inch thick, maybe 3/4 of an inch thick. I just slide it in there and wedge it in there, and the weight of the logs holds it in place. So it's pretty simple. You can kind of see, just kind of holds it in place for me. And anyway, just trying to make it more efficient